Sunday Strategy Digest, the month in review. August 2026. Overview. The latest dashboard shows a clear change from the July report. Long-term outperformance remains strong, but the roughly 16% July pullback has reduced several headline growth measures. At the same time, August is showing early stabilization rather than an extension of July's decline. Dashboard. What changed? Since the previous report, annual growth rate since October 2022 has moved from about plus 26.6% to plus 24.3%, while cumulative gain has moved from about plus 101.9% to plus 95.1%. Trade execution annual growth rate is little changed at about plus 25.1%, but net asset value gain has moved from roughly plus 101.5% to plus 93.3%. The rolling one-year comparison remains strong. Cosmic Algorithm is now approximately plus 63.17% versus the Nasdaq 100 at plus 26.69%, compared with plus 61.06% versus plus 31.13% previously. Assets under copy have also continued higher. The current dashboard shows approximately $136,669 rising to $142,697, while equity increased from about $22,961 to $23,742. July's 16% pullback. July's minus 16.02% return was driven less by a breakdown in the algorithm than by where its monthly ranking process had concentrated exposure. By June and July, the portfolio was heavily tilted towards semiconductors, memory, storage, chip equipment, artificial intelligence infrastructure and cybersecurity. That positioning had previously been rewarded, but repeated July sell-offs in chip shares reflected investor concern about artificial intelligence spending, valuations and return on investment. On the 7th of July, Micron and SanDisk were among the major decliners. On the 16th of July, weakness broadened across memory and storage names including Western Digital and Seagate. Those are precisely the areas in which Cosmic Algorithm had substantial exposure. What the rotations tell us. May to June was the largest repositioning, with only 11 of 20 May holdings retained. June to July was much more stable, with 16 of 20 retained. That continuity left the strategy exposed when leadership reversed sharply during July. The August rebalance retained 15 of July's 20 holdings but replaced Axon, Cisco Systems, Microchip Technology, Monster Beverage and Texas Instruments with Astera Labs, Lumentum, Nebius, SanDisk, and Teradyne. The core semiconductor, equipment, memory and cybersecurity thesis remains, while 1/4 of the portfolio has been redirected towards stronger current relative strength. Early August stabilization. The preliminary signal is that July's decline has not continued at the same rate. Cosmic Algorithm is stabilizing through August while the Nasdaq has recovered part of its July weakness. By mid-August, strong technology earnings and artificial intelligence infrastructure spending were again supporting equities, although chip stocks remained volatile and highly sensitive to expectations. Nasdaq 100 outlook. The medium-term backdrop remains constructive. Hyperscaler artificial intelligence spending, data center demand, cloud growth and semiconductor earnings continued to support technology. The market is, however, becoming more selective. Applied Materials fell after earnings despite a positive forecast, illustrating how elevated expectations can still trigger sharp repricing. The likely environment is continued upside potential, but with greater rotation and dispersion between semiconductors, software, memory, networking and artificial intelligence infrastructure. Treasury yields, inflation and geopolitical risk remain important volatility triggers. What matters next? For Cosmic Algorithm, the test is whether the August portfolio can rebuild momentum while keeping drawdown within the strategy's risk framework. If current leadership persists, the retained core and new entrants are positioned to participate. If leadership changes again, the next ranking cycle should continue reallocating towards stronger relative strength. Key takeaway. The roughly 16% July drop was the risk side of the same momentum concentration that previously drove outperformance. August stabilization is encouraging, but still early. The strategy should be judged by how objectively it ranks, rotates and recovers across the full cycle. Current example holdings. Current example holdings include Datadog, Cisco Systems, Fortinet, CrowdStrike and Palo Alto Networks. Risk warning. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Investing involves risk. Narration preparation note: emojis, URLs, visual-only formatting and ticker symbol presentation have been removed or converted to natural spoken wording for clearer text-to-speech delivery.